Permanent Lok Adalat. Dear student friends, you know I am Dr. Agasurya Rao, delivering lectures online. This is my fifth lecture on alternative dispute resolution systems. In the last class, that is the fourth lecture, I wanted to complete Lok Adalats in Legal Services Authority Act, various Lok Adalats, various authorities, state authority, central authority, taluk level authority, district authority, and all. But when I started chapter 6A, section 22A to 22E, when I made an attempt to discuss about permanent Lok Adalat, my cell phone was switched off, and now I wish to take up the remaining portion. That is, in this topic, I wish to take up permanent Lok Adalat and mobile Lok Adalat. Here, chapter 6A, containing sections 22A to E of Legal Services Authority Act 1987, lays down various provisions relating to permanent local authority, local adalat. So local adalats basically categorized under two heads: local adalats, permanent Lok Adalats. Under, there was no provision for permanent Lok Adalat by the time Legal Services Authority Act was passed. Legal Services Authority Act, as I told you in last class, Legal Services Authority Act 1987 was passed for the purpose of establishing local adalats. The main purpose of local adalats as a alternative dispute resolution mechanism is to clear pendency of cases, to clear the pending cases in Supreme Court, High Courts, District Courts, and other subordinate courts. The other purpose of these Lok Adalats is to free litigation and speedy free litigation without any court fee. If the case is already filed in court fee, if the matter is settled in Lok Adalat, the fee will be returned. So, Lok Adalat, general Lok Adalats maintained by Taluk Legal Services Committee, District Authority, State Legal Services Authority, so High Court Legal Services Committee, National Legal Services Authority, Supreme Court Legal Service Committee, all the authorities constitute establish Lok Adalats to clear the pending cases. So these all are of same category. Depending upon the status, the presiding officer, chairman of the Lok Adalat may be subordinate senior civil judge at taluk level, district judge at district level, high court judge at high court, state and central level. But the permanent Lok, these are time for particular purpose. Some periodically, how many number of local adalats are to be constituted, how many times they are to be constituted, how many places they have to be constituted, the district authority, state authority, central authority will decide depending upon the number of cases to be decided. But this permanent Lok Adalat was not there by the time the act was passed. By 2002 Amendment Act, a new chapter 6A, containing section 22A to 22E was added. Under section 22B, permanent Lok Adalat was established. This permanent Lok Adalat consists of it is a adjudicating body. It consists of chairman who was sitting or retired judge, or even not less than district judge. He may be high court judge also, retired high court judge also may be elevated for this. District judge will be the chairman, and one member of legal profession, one advocate will be one member. One social worker means a man who is a learned person in implementing legal service schemes, and who is an expert in implementing legal aid programs, all these things, that man will be there, and any other members as decided by the concerned district authority or state authority, they may be there. So this permanent Lok Adalat is a special Lok Adalat. It is established to work regular basis, morning to evening, every day, 365 days. Throughout the year it will function. Morning to evening, like any other court, it will function. The judges also will be like other Lok Adalats, but the all Lok Adalats in a state level, district level, taluk level, they deal with all cases in general. But this court deals with only cases relating to public services, public utility services. What are the things of public utility services? Number one, transport, transportation of people and transportation of goods and commodities, road transport, rail transport, air transport, water transport. That is the thing. Secondly, power supply, water supply, hospital services, insurance services. These are the public utility service, civil supplies and all. These, any dispute is there, the permanent Lok Adalat will conduct. So one more important thing is, any disputing parties directly can approach the permanent local Adalat. But in other Lok Adalats, if anybody wants to go to this, they should go through the court of law. Suppose I want to decide my matter, myself or my opposite party or both, we should first approach the court. With the permission of the court only, the matter will go to Lok Adalat. But in permanent Lok Adalat, without referring to the court, directly the case can be decided by the permanent Lok Adalat. In Lok Adalat, if the parties agree, the Lok Adalat will give judgment. That judgment is binding. If the parties do not come to a compromise, if the matter is not settled in Lok Adalat, the case will be case will be closed. The record will be returned to the court. But in permanent Lok Adalat, when once the matter comes to permanent Lok Adalat, even though the parties do not agree to any decision, do not come to a compromise, the permanent Lok Adalat has power to decide the case irrespective of the compromise between the parties. So the permanent Lok Adalat can give decision suo moto irrespective of the consent of the parties. Lok Adalats cannot give decision consent. So the judgment given by the general Lok Adalats or judgment given by permanent Lok Adalat will have the same value like judgment of the court. When once the permanent Lok Adalat decide the case, it refers that case to, if they refer the judgment to the concerned court for execution purpose. If the party, if the defendant or respondent do not enforce the judgment or order, then it will be the permanent Lok Adalat can refer this to the civil court, and the civil court will take up the process, execution proceeding, as if the judgment is given by the civil court. So these are the various things. So the judgment of this is what is called local other court, and the constitution of a permanent local other is either district judge or additional district judge or higher rank or any rank, and two members will be there. One is a member of legal profession, one advocate will be there, and one social worker. In Lok Adalat, minimum the adjudicating body, it has 3 judges, 3 members, but we don't call them as judges. The chairman, he is a judicial officer, and the second one is law advocate, member of legal profession. Third one is a member of social service. In addition to that, there may be some other member may be appointed by the respective authorities. These are the various things. So this is with reference to permanent Lok Adalat. Permanent Lok Adalat. Now next, so here there is a pecuniary limit. The cases of value up to 10 lakhs, The permanent Lok Adalat decide the cases of value 10 lakhs, up to 10 lakh. The limit may be extra, the limit can be extra enhanced by the central government. I don't think the 10 lakhs is very small amount. The member, it may be 1 crore or even above also. The relevant provisions not available, and but for Lok Adalats, there is no any pecuniary limit, because today any property is minimum 1 crore, because of the money in India, the money doesn't have any value. People are thinking about lakhs of crores, or 1 lakh is spoken like just like 1 lakh rupees. But in the olden days, 1,000 crore was very rarely used, but everybody is today using lakhs of crores. So our Indian money has come down like anything when compared to foreign currencies like US dollars, UK pound, Japanese yen, Italian lira, Swedish krona, Hong Kong dollars, and all these things. Now let us discuss. Let us now discuss about the distinction between permanent Lok Adalat, temporary general Lok Adalat. Permanent Lok Adalat is permanent. It is located in district courts or high courts. It functions on a regular basis. But Lok Adalats are temporary in basis, as and when necessary arises. The district authority or taluk legal services committee, or district authority, district legal service authority, or state legal service authority, or high court legal services committee, national legal service authority, or Supreme Court legal service committee, as and when necessity arises, how many cases are pending, how many cases are to be decided, how many Lok Adalats are to be constituted, how many places those Lok Adalats are to be conducted, within what time they have to be completed and closed. All these things the authorities will do it. But permanent local authorities regularly function like any district court or sub-judge court or high court, and this is so. Lok Adalats are temporary in nature, right from taluk to national level. Permanent Lok Adalats are permanent in nature. So Lok Adalats deal with all cases, general cases, but permanent Lok Adalat deals with public utility services, roadways, railways, postal telegrams, supply of essential commodities, supply of gas, water, and other things. It will discuss disputes relating to public resources. So the pecuniary limit is given, that is 10 lakhs. It may be more, but there is no such pecuniary limit to these things. Finally, there is one topic, that is mobile Lok Adalats. Mobile courts are there in district court or sub-judges courts. Mobile courts are there. Mobile courts are there means the judge and other staff members, they may be magistrate or junior civil judge or senior civil judge, they will go to different villages and give judgment. There will be a mobile van. That van will have this, it will be just like a court arrangements will be there in that vehicle. Judge's seat will be there and other staff member seat will be there. There is a provision for accused or any both the parties, witnesses and all will be there. The way these adjudicating body, mobile Lok Adalat vehicle will go to the villages and other places to hear the cases. So that type of mobile Lok Adalats are there. This type of mobile Lok Adalats were very familiar in Kerala. So though the rules are common, but every state government is given some discretionary power to make certain changes so as to suitable to their condition. So national authority is there, Supreme Court Legal Service Authority is there, state authority is there, state level High Court Legal Service Committees are there. But the Supreme Court Legal Services Committee is appointed by National Legal Service Authority, remember. And this Supreme Court Legal Service Committee is asked to the state, the National Legal Service Authority, NALSA, constitutes Supreme Court Legal Services Committee to take steps to organize Lok Adalats. Similarly, state legal authority constitutes High Court Legal Services Committee to take steps for organization of Lok Adalats. Similarly, district authority takes up the job of organizing Lok Adalats. How many Lok Adalats are to be conducted, when they are to be conducted, how long they are to be. Similarly, Taluk Legal Services Committee, no authority, committee is there. It will take up the job of conducting Lok Adalats. How many Lok Adalats, how they are to be constituted, when they are to be started, when they are to be concluded. All these things are there. So the Lok Adalat has been proved to be a successful alternative dispute resolution mechanism. It is best suited for Indian conditions. Apart from the mobile Lok Adalats mean sometimes the Lok Adalat, if Lok Adalat is located in a taluk headquarter or district headquarter, the parties will come there for hearing. But sometimes there will be some vehicles, mobile, some in vehicle, the adjudicating body, the mobile Lok Adalat will go to the parties' doorstep and will decide the cases. And here there are about 15 lakhs 14,000 cases were given to entrusted to mobile decided entrusted to refer to mobile Lok Adalat. Out of that, 8.25 cases were settled. 8.25 cases are settled. Generally, the cases are land acquisition cases, matrimonial reviews, minor restitution of conjugal rights, marriage, divorce, adoption, maintenance, custody of children, and land acquisition cases, and other cases will be there. Motor accident cases, etc. are decided. Whereas permanent Lok Adalats, the public utility services cases are decided. So in spite of that, we have so many alternative resolution systems in India. That is, Lok Adalats are there, all the arbitration tribunals are there, consumer redressal agencies are there. In all the alternative dispute resolution systems, tribunals, and the still number of cases are there. Suppose in district court some thousands of cases are pending, some few thousand cases are given to Lok Adalat. When the Lok Adalats are deciding those cases, from out of that also pending is there. And these are the, whether the Lok Adalats are organized in the taluk level, district level, state level, but in all the Lok Adalats also cases will be pending. In consumer persons are there, their cases are pending. In next class, I will take up consumer forum, fast track courts, and settlement machinery. Probably in one more lecture the syllabus may be completed. If not completed, the one more lecture I will take up. Dear friends, in this lecture I have completed permanent Lok Adalat and permanent Lok Adalat, difference between permanent Lok Adalat and Lok Adalat, and also mobile Lok Adalat. So these are the various issues. Dear friends, I am telling you, I am very sincerely telling you, I am taking these lectures very serious. I am collecting very good information. You don't find all this information in a single book. In any single book, though it is of a very high standard, but I am collecting the information from various sources and also taking the guidance of some subject experts and giving you. So if you sacrifice your time, most valuable time, just 1 hour in 2-3 days, whenever my lecture is published, you just watch it and forget it, and at times of need only you can repeat it. You may download it. You take good cell phone, and good cell phone in the sense not costly. You should be able to hear, because my recording is not up to the mark, but I am recording in my cell phone on a table mat, and my son is this thing. I don't have any equipment. I don't have any equipment, computer equipment like this. That is why, if you hear my lecture in earphone, you will be able to do it. Those my students who cannot have good vocabulary, if they follow my lecture in English in earphone, if they clearly observe how I am constructing the sentences, if they practice it, their English vocabulary will be developed. So those, if any lawyer, if any regional language oriented areas may be there, but local language they can manage in lower court. When once they want to do practice in high court, they must have good vocabulary in English. Without English vocabulary, they cannot really. A leading lawyer in lower court, subordinate courts, a leading lawyer, if he doesn't have English command over English command, he won't be able to do well in high courts and supreme courts. So that is why English language also is very important. So I have given so far 113 lectures. These 130 lectures, as and when my lecture is published, if you watch it, it is okay. If you neglect it, when 5 lectures, 5 to 10 lectures are pending, you won't be able to listen to them, because so cultivate the habit of listening. So the primary quality for an advocate and judge is patient hearing. To have patient hearing, you cultivate the habit of patient hearing. In the first instance, my lecture; in second instance, a classroom; in third instance, in court. You can hear your client. You can have patient hearing from your client and do justice to your client. If you are a judge day after tomorrow, you can have, if you have patient hearing, you will be able to hear. You can have, if you can have patient hearing, then only you can be a successful judge. What parties are speaking, how witnesses are examined, how opposite lawyers from both the sides are arguing. So the judge must hear very carefully and give judgment. When the arguments are going on, if the judge is in absent-minded and is in thinks about something, he won't be able to give correct judgment, because the parties cannot be asked to give arguments once again, and the witnesses will not be asked to give witnesses once again. So if a judge asks that, the people will laugh at him. So that is why the judge must have most patient hearing when compared to lawyer. Lawyer must have patient hearing. So you cultivate the habit of patient hearing, so that if you have patient hearing, when you attend any seminar, national seminar, international seminar, so many distinguished personalities will give presentations. If you hear them very carefully, if you make note of them, you will be able to write articles within a small span of time. Thank you very much for your patient hearing, dear friends. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.